Hello everyone, my name is Art Russell. Welcome to my channel. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that one of the main goals of my channel is to share knowledge about our essential nature, which I'm suggesting is consciousness. In keeping with that goal, I'm going to read several quotes, but I'm also attaching the card to a short video that I filmed this morning from my balcony. I believe that it offers the proof for which you may be seeking. So let's begin. The first quote comes from a book entitled, I Am That, Talks with Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj. He awakened to his true nature at the age of 37, and soon after, seekers from all over the world came to visit him at his humble home in Bombay, India. Here's the quote. To be a person is to be asleep. Now, in a similar way that we awaken from the perspective of a character within a dream state dream, enlightenment means to awaken from the perspective of the person to awareness, to a deeper reality of our essential nature. The next quote comes from a book entitled Illusion versus Reality by Sri Ranjit Maharaj. He was an awakened sage from India who began teaching about the true nature of reality in the latter years of his life. Here's the quote. This world is nothing but a long dream. People are all in ignorance. They have no understanding of the reality. Now, in this quote, reality is in uppercase. By that he means consciousness or God, the substratum of all reality. The next quote comes from a book entitled The Hidden Gospel of Thomas by William G. Duffy. He was a religious author who studied the Gospel of Thomas for more than 35 years and who interprets it from a non-dual perspective. Here's the quote. The world is not man's home. It is a dream of separation from which one needs to awaken. Again, this is pointing to enlightenment, that we can awaken from the perspective of the person to awareness, non-local awareness. The next quote comes from a book entitled Shankara's Crest Jewel of Discrimination by Shankara. He was born in 686 AD. He was a child prodigy who had a tremendous understanding of our non-dual nature. Here's the quote. When a man lives in the domain of mental ignorance, the phenomenal universe exists for him. In dream, The mind is emptied of the objective universe, but it creates by its own power a complete universe of subject and object. The waking state is only a prolonged dream. The phenomenal universe exists in the mind. In dreamless sleep, when the mind does not function, nothing exists. This is our universal experience. Man seems to be in bondage to birth and death. This is a fictitious creation of the mind, not a reality. The next quote comes from a book entitled Man's Eternal Quest by Paramahansa Yogananda. He was a Hindu monk, an author, and he brought meditation and Kriya Yoga to the West. Here's the quote. Live in the consciousness of spirit, in that oneness with God, wherein you know that life is a dream. Now, I'd like to add that because I know that actions speak louder than words, I'm attaching the card to that short video that I made reference to earlier in the video. I hope that you'll watch it through to the end. It's only about 1.5 minutes long, but it proves or demonstrates something that's possible only to one who is awake within this waking state dream. If you've enjoyed this video or found it helpful or useful, I invite you to share, subscribe, and like. More information is available through my free articles at thinktwice.me and also through my book entitled This Taste of Flesh and Bones, available from Amazon. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye for now.